Never be limited by other people's imagination. Good evening, everybody. So let's talk a second about the levels of life. Hi, Johan. Think about it. There's good, which is okay. Excellent, which is really impressive. But then there's outstanding. Good evening, Lioness. Good evening, Fissy Fiss. How you doing? Outstanding isn't just about being good. It's about pushing yourself further. It's about not taking less than what you're worth. Being the best version of yourself and making your mark. So, whether it's your own life goals or building something amazing with your business, that's what outstanding is. So let me tell you a little bit about myself, right? For those of you that don't know me, good evening. My name is Sheenaugh-Lee. Welcome to my live. I am a digital marketer from Limpopo, South Africa. I'm 44 years old. And I'd like to tell you about what I do. So when I started digital marketing, which was last year, March 2024, I was in the worst space of my life, in my mind, in my soul, in my existence. All right? So when I initially started, I was at an extremely poor mindset in my life. Hello, Beatrice. So when I say poor mindset, I'll tell you, I call it pep stores thinking. Now, please, no offense to pep stores out there. So this is how I feel personally, all right, in my mental train of thought, because I went through a lot of difficult times in my life, where in my previous relationship, where I was literally nothing. I meant nothing, I was nothing, to such an extent that buying me a pair of shoes was, let's call it, a huge expenditure on his part, all right? And my youngest brother got to hear about this situation, and he paid money into my account, and he said, Sheenaugh-Lee, you will go and buy yourself clothing. Now, I was grateful for my brother. Honestly, I was thankful for him. But when I got to the shop, unfortunately, it was pep stores, guys, all right? But when I got to the shop, I stood in the shop and I surveyed it. And on the left-hand side, you had the men's wear and you had the ladies' wear, and on the right-hand side, you had the children and the young adults. And I stood surveying the shop, and I thought, okay, Rory just put in 3,500 Rand into my account to go and buy myself clothes. Well, I got to tell you that as much as what I looked at the clothing on the rack and wanted to step forward to pick it up and buy it for myself, I couldn't. All right? My mindset was so degraded by that person that I never saw myself as human. I didn't allow myself to see myself as human. I felt kind of like Cinderella. For those that don't know in Afrikaans, as poestertjie, right? I was just the cook and the cleaner and the person that had to do everything for everybody else, right? So when I went, it was winter. I didn't have shoes. I had these cheap pluckies for 10 Rand on my feet. My soles were cracked through. My feet were paining because they were freezing. It was excruciating, short to say it. When I left the store, I had only bought clothing for my family. I didn't buy one thing for myself. When I stepped out into the road, my feet were so cracked through that the blood just started pouring through my shoes. Now, I don't know if you've been through a scenario like that, but for me, That was heartbreaking in my life. Okay, it was like a turning point in my life that I got to that point to say that enough. I am worthy of better. I deserve better. I don't deserve the least. So why am I accepting the least for myself? Okay. Then later on, I ended up meeting my wife, and wow. You know, never once did she judge me. Never once did she think, hey, you know, I mean, look at her clothes, or she's not good enough to be with me. She loved me just the way I was. So the one day she decided that she's gonna spoil me and she's gonna take me to go buy clothing. So off we went to the mall, and because of my indoctrination that I'd been through, I started walking towards Pep stores. And she stopped me and she said, babe, where are you going? I said, to Pep. And she said, why? Do you need airtime? Why do you want to go there? What's there that you need? And I said, but I thought we were going to go buy clothes. And she looked at me, she grabbed my arm, she spun me around, and she said, over my dead body, will you be going to buy clothing there? She stepped me in to Trappers Trading, and that is where she handed me a pants of 800 Rand. Now guys, I got to tell you, at that point in my life, holding a pants that cost 800 Rand, I almost fell on my back. I've never been a person that grew up with luxuries. I have never been a person that grew up with expensive and nice things. So when she gave me that pants, I pushed it back at her and I said to her, whoa, it's too expensive. And she looked at me and she said, no, it's not. I said, yeah, it is. I can't spend 800 Rand on a pants. And then she said to me, but it's not your money, it's mine. And I'm telling you now, I don't care what you want in the store, you will buy it. And I don't want your money from you because I'm paying. Now, at that point in my life, guys, I got to tell you that it was a moment that I felt embarrassed, you know, because you're not used to it. But I also realized that there's something to it. So I allowed her to spoil me. I allowed her to buy me the most exquisite jewelry and perfume and clothing, and I loved every second of it. All right, now my wife and I have been together for almost 9 years now, right? And through this entire time, you know, we were well off, we were doing well, we were really happy until COVID. Now when COVID came, COVID literally just destroyed us from the inside out, because in the industry that we were in, it was of such a nature that when you are a commission earner based only, right, and you stuck in your house for 4 months, by the time we were finally released out of our houses, free to work again, we were already 8 months behind. So what happened? Debt grew, debt grew, debt grew, debt grew. And the problem is that we weren't just taking care of ourselves. We were taking care of the business, we were taking care of 2 households, actually 3 households. We were taking care of everybody. So eventually, life got really bad for us, and we lost the businesses. Now, on the 24th of December, 2023, I will never forget that day. We didn't even have enough money for a slice of bread, let alone a loaf. I sat praying that day that somewhere God was going to make a plan to help my family, because we had nothing for Christmas. And you know, would you believe that that day a friend of mine phoned me out of the blue? She hadn't spoken to me in months, and she said to me, Sheena, what's wrong? And I said, no, like I would usually do, because I'm a Virgo, guys. I would usually say, I'm fine. No, don't stress, I'm good, I'm happy. And she said, no, you're not. I can hear it, something's wrong. What is wrong? And that's when I couldn't hold my own tears back, and that's when I started crying, and I said to her, we don't have food in our house. She paid in money that day to my account, and I went and bought food for my family. And I can tell you guys that at that moment, I literally got on my hands and knees in front of the Lord and just thanked Him. Because if it hadn't been for the Lord hearing my pleas at that moment, I don't know where we would have been. Fair enough, January of 2024 came, and life didn't get much better. It literally got to the worst of the worst. And I, for the first time in my life, found myself giving up, saying enough is enough. I cannot do this anymore. So I stood on a bridge. And I looked down at the water and I thought, it's so easy. Jump. Do it. You'll never feel again. You'll never stress again. You'll never worry again. You'll never care again. Right? But that's when God hit me the hardest. And He said, Sheena, what the hell are you doing? You don't belong here. Thank you for the roses, Linus. He said, you don't belong here. Who's going to take care of your family? Who's going to take care of your kids? So I left the bridge and I went home. And I picked up my phone and I started scrolling through on Facebook. I was literally looking for something funny to make me laugh, you know, to try and get me out of my depressed mode. And I came across a lady who was crying. And this lady was thanking another person about this business. And guys, I gotta tell you, I didn't believe it. I honestly didn't believe it. So I scrolled past. 3 scrolls later, and I got another one, the same video. Amen, Linus. Sorry, this is so sad. I think we all go through this trauma. I believe there's plenty that's going and has this kind of trauma every single day. And that's why I stand up and do what I do now. Anyways, back to the story. So I scrolled 3 times and I landed up back on this video. And I thought, is Facebook glitching? Is it the Wi-Fi hanging? So I scrolled again. And I scrolled another 3 times. Well, now I gotta tell you that after scrolling those 3 times and landing up on that same video for the 3rd time, that's literally when I looked up and said, okay, Lord, so there's something you want to show me. What is it? What do you want to show me? So I went to go and I spoke to this lady. And I started asking her questions. And guys, I got to be honest with you. When I say to you, I wasn't kind. I mean, I was, if I can call it, short to say it, I was rude. Because I truly and honestly didn't believe that it was real. Right? Hello, Esty. I didn't believe it was real. So I started grilling her with question after question after question after question. What is digital marketing? How does it work? Who does it pay to? How does it pay? Etc. Etc. Is it real? Is it legal? Is it taxable? I asked those questions. And as she came back with the answers, I went and checked the answers. And then my final question to her was, who does it pay to? And when she said to me, it pays to me, that posed a huge, giant question mark in front of my face. Because I sat and I thought, huh? What do you mean it pays to me? She said, but Sheenaugh, when you buy this business from me, you become the CEO of your own company. You are purchasing a master resale right, which is then granting you the resale rights to be able to resell to multiple people for the rest of your life and earn 100%, and you never have to buy it again. Now, I gotta tell you guys, I've been in business many, many years of my life. I've always had to go and rebuy stock, pay for employees, pay for business premises, pay for extra water and lights, pay for this, pay for the expenses is what was killing me more than anything else in my life, but that was what I was used to, right? So when she came in and she said, you don't have to pay for anything else except your business domain, your business email, I went, wow. So I took a chance. I literally took a chance, guys. I sat there and thought to myself, I could take this money and I can go and put it into, into a slot machine and hope that money pays out for it. Or I could take a chance and see if it works. Hello, Mark. So I bought it. But I bought the first one, right? It was a cheap program, I think it was $100, right? So my entire expenditure was like 2,000 Rand. So it wasn't a lot of money. It was money, but it wasn't a lot of money. So I thought, maybe this 2,000 Rand could turn into something better for me. I'm going to try. Lord, I'm going to trust you. Hi, Henry. How you doing? Hey, Dean. Long time no see. And no, Dean, I have a fan because where we stay in South Africa, it's extremely tropical. So we have the mosquito nation, which will carry you away in a heartbeat. And sure to say the humidity is also quite hectic. It's okay, not a problem. Anyways, so I bought the first program, right? And guys, I hadn't advertised it. I had done absolutely nothing with it. And all of a sudden, I was just talking to a lady on Facebook and my first sale happened. I could not believe what I had just seen. For years and years and years of trying to learn or make money in the online space, and I never did, to buying one program and suddenly I had a sale. It blew my mind. Okay? So that's when I got into digital marketing. But now when I got into digital marketing, my mindset was at pep stores thinking. Again, nothing against pep stores, all right? And I don't judge anybody for shopping there either. This is a personal thing to me, all right? So I was in what I call pep stores thinking. thinking that I'm only worthy of a pair of shoes of 10 rand, thinking that my debt is so much that I'm never going to break out of it, thinking that my cupboards are empty and I'm never going to be able to fill them again. That was my mindset. Accepting the least. Wow. Then I made my first sale, right? And I went to great. So I just upgraded my life, right? From there to great. Thank you for the follow. She creates face as well. And I thought, wow, this is fantastic. This is amazing. But I want more. So I started producing and I started making my content. I gotta tell you guys, my content went from, I don't know what it was in the beginning, but I was working on it. Now my content is outstanding. No, I'm not being vain, I'm just stating facts, all right? So I was at great. Then I decided I have to get to excellent. So I did. Guys, I started learning editing. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So proud of you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I got to excellent. Now, guys, I got to tell you, to get to excellent, from that mindset to that mindset was work. It was work on my part, all right? It didn't just happen in a day. It took time, it took energy, it took fights with my spouse because she thought I was ignoring her, but I'm just learning, right? But I got myself to that excellent point. Do you know what the funny part is? Amen. Yes, girl, you're learning. Amen. Yes, I did. And I got to excellent. And would you believe? I know some people think that I'm crazy when I say that God talks to me, but God talks to me. Okay? And God knocked on my door and he said to me, Sheena, why are you only at excellent? I said, but Lord, what do you mean? I mean, I've been grinding here. I've been putting in my time. I've been putting in my work. I've been putting in my effort. This is blood, sweat, and tears sitting right here, Lord. I've given it everything I've got. And he said, you did? I said, Lord, you've been with me all along. What do you mean I did? Of course I did. Wow. Guys, that's when the Lord kicked my own ass. And he said, Sheena, I just want to tell you that there's a jump. It's about that big. Between excellent and outstanding. Why are you still at excellent? I said, Lord, I can't. I don't have anything left in me. Now, guys, that's when God really woke me up. And he said to me, Sheena, when I created you, did I create you the words, I can not? Did I create you with the words, I can't? Did I create you with the words, I won't? I said, no. You created me to say I can, I will, I shall. He says, so why aren't you at outstanding yet? I said, okay, Lord, you got me. Now listen, guys, that is when I pivoted in a way that it was only God's hand in that, but that's when I really pivoted in my business. Because that is literally where my business went from excellent to outstanding. And from the time that I have gone to outstanding, I am the Olympian that runs across the line first, every time. I am the Olympian that will never accept anything less than platinum or gold for her business ever again. Not for her, not for her life, not for her existence. Hey KG, long time no see, my friend. Now let me tell you, then God shocked me even further. I started pivoting and I started motivational speaking to people. I would come on my lives and I would just speak health, wealth, and life back into the people of our country. Much to my surprise. When a lady stopped me mid-sentence and she said to me, Sheena, I beg of you, when you're done with your life, please come to my live. Please follow me. And I said, sure, I'll follow you and I'll come to your live. And she said, no, but please. I said, you don't have to beg me, I promise you I'll come. And I finished my live. And when I was done with my live, I followed her and I went to her live. Now guys, she had this, hi Sheenaugh, and how is you tonight? Good to see you again. Oh, I'm blessed, my friend. You should know me by now. How are you doing? Long time no see. And I went to her live right now. Guys, I've got a big mouth. I'm a Virgo. I'm just saying, you know, there's never a cap on this thing. We just say what we think. And I went to the live, and she had a karaoke live going. And the music was on, and I stepped into the live. And as I walked into this live, guys, she put that music off. And I thought, oh no, what did you do, Sheenaugh-Lee? What did you do? Well, I gotta tell you that as she stopped the music, she said to everybody, I want you to look at this person that just stepped into my life. Her name is Sheenaugh-Lee. And I was like, oh gosh, what did you say, Sheenaugh? And she said, guys, I just want to tell you that I don't know who this girl is. I've never met her in my life. I'd never seen her in my life. I don't even know how I landed up on her live itself. She said, but while I was sitting on her live, I was holding a bottle of pills. And I was about to drink that bottle of pills and end it all for me. She spoke so much life and motivation back into my life as a human being that I got up, I flushed every pill down that toilet. I got on my hands and knees, I started crying and I started thanking God. Because He just showed me that there was still more for me to do in this world. And I just want to thank her today. Guys, you could have blown me over with a feather. Because I knew the capacity of what digital marketing was. But that type of capacity, I didn't think would happen or could happen. And when it did, it pushed my business to even a bigger level. A greater level. Because even though I was there to sit and make money for my business, for my family, for my existence, it became deeper for me. The meaning of digital marketing became way deeper for me. Helping another human being has become something my brand is living for right now. Because I'm not the person that just wants the sun to shine over you. I'm the person that wants it to freaking radiate. I want the world to stand up and say, I did it. I'm okay again. I can breathe again. Guys, I open my cupboard and the food is falling out of the doors again. Guys, I filled up my car's tank with fuel today and I didn't care how much was going out of my bank account again. Guys, I just booked a holiday for me and my family that I can spend time with my children again. That's what I want. That's what I want for people. Okay, so Tonight, thank you, Lioness, and thank you, Faces World. You guys are awesome. Tonight, I want to show you how understanding something called digital marketing can truly help you in your business. That's why I joined digital marketing 3 weeks ago. I resonate with you so much. Oh, thank you. That is fantastic to hear. Girl, you should get into my program. You'll be a high runner, much faster than whatever program you just bought. Trust me. I want you to move from not just good, not just excellent. I want you to be outstanding in the online space. I'm excited to share this with you. So, what level are you aiming for right now in your life? Let me know in the comments. Faceless Wealth, you're telling me you started 3 weeks ago, right? What is your biggest aim with digital marketing? Lioness, same with you. Drop it in the comments to me right now. I'd love to hear. Thank you for all the live shares, Lioness. You're awesome. Where do you want to take your brand? I'm a photographer that was making boudoir guides for clients, and I joined because it just made sense. Well done. So are you integrating your photography into your digital marketing? Earn money and get treated honestly like I treat people. Good, Lioness. Beautiful. I'm a single mom of 3 and I'm home 99% of the time with my son, who's a micro preemie. Oh, shame. How many kgs was your baby when he was born? Actually, grams. Micro preemie is grams, right? Oh, you want to buy a Lamborghini? Of course, Lioness. 1.6 pounds. Oh, that is so a shame. But you know what? I'm going to tell you, Faceless. That little boy of yours was born for a purpose. He was born for a reason, and the reason that God made him still live. There is great things that he wants to do with that little boy's life. Your child is an absolute blessing. Well done, Mommy. Well, with my CEO mindset, I want to uplift all unemployed to save the world. That, Lioness, is my brand's biggest vision. To end unemployment and to end poverty. Because never in my life again do I ever want to come across a 3-year-old little boy starving and hungry because he hadn't eaten in 3 days. That will be my biggest gift when I achieve it. He's so strong, he's almost 4 now. And what God was all throughout our NICU journey. They called me one day and said he wasn't going to make it. I was with the other kids. I prayed over him and listened to Christian music, and God saved him. The doctors couldn't explain it. Well, they couldn't, because a miracle happens every day. God says, if you want the mountains to move, to command it in Jesus' name, right? It was only God. It was only God. And he spared your son, and he healed your son, because he has massive plans with his life. your little boy is a huge blessing. Huge. And he's still going to reveal it to you. He has got purpose. You're quite correct. And so do you, Mommy. So do you. Hello, Shades. Okay, so you might be thinking, okay, outstanding sounds great, right? But how does digital marketing fit in? So let me explain it to you simply, right? Because a lot of people ask me, what is digital marketing now actually? Like, what is it? Great, let me explain it to you. Think about a business that used to hand out flyers, or newspapers that used to have advertising, or adverts like Nando's, and it's all digital marketing, all right? It's advertising. Digital marketing is nothing but advertising, guys. Except we're teaching you organic methods. We're teaching you how to do it in the online space and remain consistent, remain compliant, and remain ethically. Right. So it's about getting the word out about something that you offer. So whether it's a product you sell, a service you provide, or even just sharing helpful information, right? To the people online who might be interested. Digital marketing is education. Simplistic. So it's like making sure that your voice and what you offer can be heard in the busy online space, right? For you to rise above the noise. Because guys, there's not millions of people online. There is billions of people online every single day. Here's what it is, right? So let me explain it to you in simplistic terms, right? Because a lot of people say, but I don't understand how I can buy a program and resell it. I mean, what about copyrights and things like that? Well, guys, it's an MRR. So let me explain to you what a master resale right is. A master resale right is like a Copyright Act, except there is certain things that you cannot do. But for the most part, it's 100% yours, and you can resell for 100%. So like things that you can't do. You can't change the website. You can't change the pricing. You can't claim ownership of it. Like telling people, listen, it was me that wrote the program. Let me give you a nice analogy, right? You are a business owner and you've got a shop. Now you want to sell bread in your shop. So what do? You twiddle yourself off to Sasco or Sunbake, and at Sasco or Sunbake you say to them, listen, I'd like to buy a consignment of bread. Cool. Sasco sells you the consignment of bread, you take that consignment, you load it onto your bakkie, and off you go back to your shop. You take the bread, you put it on your rack, and your clients come. Now they buy the bread off the racks. Hey Kate, how you doing? Guys, when your client is buying the bread off your rack, you're not sharing your profits with Sunbake or Sasco because you already bought the product, right? You're not claiming ownership to say to the people, I made this bread. No, because Sasco's branding is on it, right? But you are able to resell it for 100% profit for yourself because you own it. That is what digital marketing is. Buying a program that is already done for you, has a website, has a product, has the information, and reselling it for 100% profit for yourself. But now, stop there, because now I know a lot of people sit there and they go, oh, so I'm just buying a program to resell it. Listen, stop right there, right now. You're not just buying a program to resell a program. You are buying the program to learn a skill. Now guys, if I've got to tell you the amount of skills alone that I've learned in a year's time. If someone had said to me a year ago, Sheenaugh-Lee, please create a website for me. I would literally laugh at them. I'd be like, yeah, really? No. If someone had said to me, Sheenaugh-Lee, can you please rank my business and see where Google is taking my business in the online space a year ago, I would have said, huh? What are you talking about? If someone had said to me, Sheenaugh-Lee, go and create content that converts, I would have said, okay, I'm gonna go and make a video. You see, this is where the digital market, or let me say the business owners and the entrepreneurs out there are lacking. They're lacking. You see, because a lot of them, let me explain to you, right? Here is a general conventional business owner, right? He now creates a video. He's tired, he's exhausted, he gets home, and he's like, maybe I should make a video, so that my clients can see me, right? It's great, well done, but here's the problem. You created one video. You didn't add SEO optimization. You didn't add the hashtags to talk to your client. So what's happening? Your video is staying in one place. But, thank you for the ice cream, Lioness. But, when you've learned digital marketing, your reach is everywhere. Your content is talking directly to your perfect client. Your SEO optimization is directing Google who to market to. Your business profile is drawing your walk-in client to make higher profit margins for you. Digital marketing is not just buying a program and reselling a program. It is an incredible, absolutely incredible industry. And when you master the skills that you will learn in this program, sky is the limit. Because let me tell you something, a tree is digital marketing. The sky is digital marketing. These earrings are digital marketing. My sunglasses are digital marketing. My brand is me. I'm the CEO of the Grand Digital Brand. I've got a beautiful little logo and everything. But when people are looking for my brand, they are looking for me. They're not looking for my logo. Do you see the differences? Okay? Right. Now let's talk about doctors. Right? Because people say, why do I have to learn the skill? Okay, let me explain to you why you have to learn the skill. When a doctor went to university, right? Hi, Sue Bellis. When a doctor went to university, he had to learn a skill. He had to learn how to operate on a patient, right? Hi, Charlotte. He had to learn how to operate on a patient, right? Because he couldn't just go and climb into a doctor's offices and start cutting open patients and working on the inside of them without knowledge, right? He attained the correct skills to be able to help his patients in the correct manner, to heal them, to get them out there again. Digital marketing. You are learning a skill to help businesses heal and get out there. There is so many analogies I could give to you on how this business works. Guys, it would blow your mind. Literally. Okay. So, why am I so keen on this industry? Well, because I've seen how it has really helped people and how it can continue to really help people. Do you know that last year, digital marketing was when I started, a $1.2 billion per day industry. By July last year, it became a $1.5 billion per day industry. Forbes' projection for 2030 is $1.5 trillion per day industry. Do you really think that I want to eat that pie alone? No. I want you to have a piece of that pie too, because you deserve it as much as what I do. The person next to me deserves as much as what I did. The person beyond me deserves it just as much as what you did. Digital marketing is freeing on people's lives. It made a difference for me. It made such a difference to me, such an impact on my life, that this is why I wrote my own program. You see, I found over the last year that people were creating programs out there. $900, $600, $300, $100. My gosh, guys, we are South African. People can't afford those prices. And if they are, they're selling off something in their houses to be able to afford it. That's a lot of money. So I wrote a program, and it's $50. Once off. That's it. Okay? You're going to take that program. You're going to learn from that program. There's a community. You're going to be supported in this program. And you are going to take that information. You're going to implement it into your business. And you are going to raise your profit margins and draw more traffic back to your shops. Hey, Aslan. Haven't seen you in a while. Yes, been busy, my friend. Very busy. Hello, France. So, that is what digital marketing does. Or that is what my program does. It's going to take people from A to Z. It's going to teach you the correct skills of what you need to do in online space. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are sitting there and they're saying, but Sheenaugh-Lee, you know, I'm like in my 60s. I'm in my 70s. I'm in my 80s. I'm in my 50s. I'm in my 40s. I don't have matric. I don't have degree. I'm medically boarded. That's the good news. You don't need anything. You don't need a matric certificate. You don't need a degree. You don't need experience. And your age, or your medical situation, or your sexuality preferences does not depict your earning potential. Why? Because in 2 hours a day, my friends, all I do is create 3 pieces of content that converts. And yes, you will learn how to create converting content, which is attraction marketing to your business. That's the first thing. Then I go and I answer my CTAs, which is my comment yes, bottom of my videos, I will go and answer that. Then I'll go to my emails and I'll answer my emails for 10 minutes a day. Then I go live for an hour. That's my day. That's my day, okay? Now your day would entail an extra 20 minutes because you would have to plug into your training. You have to plug into your training. That is imperative. You have to make yourself coachable to learn the skill. Now I know some people, guys, you've got degrees behind your names. You've got serious knowledge. You doctors, you lawyers, you engineers, you take that knowledge, box it, shift it out your way, clear your mind, and take in the knowledge that I'm teaching you. And if you do, as you're learning, you're going to take that knowledge, you're going to implement, and if you implement correctly, you're going to earn from it for yourself. No, you're not sharing it with anybody, because you are a brick and mortar in the online space, my friends. You don't share it with anybody. Okay? So my program right now is my passion, because my program I designed to educate in the correct manner. You see, when a lot of digital marketers became digital marketers, especially in South Africa, they were not told about the liabilities that they have to ensure is in place to protect their businesses. My program teaches you about CIPC, POPI, FIC, FTC, CPA, and SARS. How to run your online business online while remaining compliant in the online space. And then it's teaching you how to do this in the correct manner, in the ethical manner, so that your business can rise and you can build sustainable income. My program, if you haven't seen it, thank you for the likes, Zanzu, and the shares and the rose and everything, Linus. I really appreciate it. I have a lady that bought my program who's 61 years old. Now, guys, she took the program and she said to me, Sheena, I have never built my own funnel. I own multiple programs, but I've never built my own funnel. And I said to her, what are you afraid of? She says, well, I mean, I'm 61, I'm not tech savvy. I said, but you don't need to be tech savvy. All you need is to believe in your own ability. I said, how on earth are you going to teach your clients out there if you are not able to do it for yourself? And she said, well, you got a good point there. I said, right. I said, so you're going to go into my program, you're going to watch video after video after video, and you are going to follow every single word that I say to you in those programs or in those videos, and you're going to build your funnel. And she said, but what if I fail? I said, well, then you're going to come to me and you're going to say, Sheena, I messed up, I need help. And then we start again. She said, really? I said, yeah, really. I'll fix it, don't worry. She said, okay, deal. I'm going to go for it. Now, guys, Magda went, and she is 61 years young, but she listened to me. She created her own funnel. She created her own email campaigns. She did everything that she needed to do for her business. She said, I have never felt so empowered in my life. She said, your videos are brilliant. They literally took me where I needed to be. I no longer feel lost. My friends, that is what I want for you. Simplistic, but impacting. simplistic, but taking yourself to the next level. That is what my program is teaching. So, I want you to be able to follow along in my program. And I want you to be able to build a solid foundation. Because like any house out there, right? If a foundation, oh, thank you so much for the perfume liners. Like any business out there, right? Sorry, any house out there. If that house doesn't have a solid foundation, what happens? The foundation starts to crack, right? If it cracks, your house is gonna do what? Split. You can't fix that. You can't repair that, guys. I've got to be honest with you. It won't stand. Sorry, I just have to do the little puzzle thing going on here again. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Hello? Where are you? Okay, I don't be funny, but these flowers don't match. Okay, they're hot. Alright, sorry, I had to do the puzzle piece there. Hi, Renee. Okay. So now let's look at making good posts. Now guys, listen. You've got literally 3 seconds to stop the scroll. 3. You've got to wow. You've got to pizzazz. You've got to make those people go, I want to look at you. That's what you got to do. Why? Because you're a tiny fish in a big pond. Guys, the online space is a giant pond. It's like the ocean. You've got to think on those lines. You can't go standing there creating a video going, hello everybody, I'm a digital marketer and I'm selling a program and I'd really like it if you could support me in this journey. Hi Brandon. Thank you for the coffee liners. It's not going to get you anywhere. You've got to be out there and say, how's it everybody? My name is Sheenaugh-Lee. I'm a digital marketer. I'm here to teach you and educate you how I can change your life. How you can make money online because you can. That's going to stop the scroll. That's going to make the people stand up and go, I need to listen to what this lady has to say. Please do not create videos where words are all over your face. Body language speaks volumes to people, number 1. Number 2, your eyes is a gateway to your soul. If you are going to block your eyes off from the world, people are not going to trust you. People buy from people who they like, know, and trust. And if you are going to do that, I mean, I know I look good with it on, but if I'm going to sit and talk with my sunglasses on all the time, you will not know whether I am speaking the truth or lying to you. So, eye contact is imperative in the online space. Always. Third point. Yes, third point. Your first impression is a lasting impression. Did you ever hear those words while you were growing up, right? Your mom used to say to you, your teachers used to say to you, when you went for a business interview, right? You wanted to go work for a company. You dressed up neat and presentable. You shook hands with a firm handshake because your first impression was a lasting impression. Now, what type of impression, honestly, do you think the people are going to have of you and your company if you haven't brushed your hair? If you are dressed like the Swamp Thing? If you are lying flat on your back doing a live and telling the people, oh, I'm so tired. do you honestly think that the people are going to take you serious and give you serious business and think that your business is serious out there for them? Or that you matter? No, it's not. First impression, lasting impression. Always remember those words. So, we look at things like making good posts on social media that people enjoy, right? How to get noticed on Google when people are searching for things. So make sure that, like, if your niche, guys, is hairdressing, make sure that something in your branding actually speaks about hairdressing. I mean, you can't go and call it Lion's World and you're a hairdresser. Not only are you confusing your clientele out there, but you're confusing Google. Google's never going to send clients to your door because they don't know who you actually helping or supposed or trying to help in the online space. So your name is imperative, right? You also need to know how to send emails that convert into sales. I teach this, guys. This is all in my program. It is there to help you. It's there to educate. But most importantly, we teach you to do this in the right way. Remain compliant and ethical. Because if there's one thing that you do not want to face in the online space, my friends, is liability. Now, I know some people are sitting there saying to me, Sheena, who is the FTC? Okay, I'm going to tell you who the FTC is. The FTC is the Federal Trade Commission. Now, the Federal Trade Commission oversees all of the American consumers. Now, I know you're sitting there with a giant question mark going, Shimba, why do we have to care? I mean, you know, we're from South Africa. I mean, why do I have to care what, you know? You do. Because when you're a digital marketer, you are not just marketing to your country. You are marketing to the world. And because you're marketing to the world, that means that the Federal Trade Commission has the right to ensure that their consumers are being treated justifiably, correctly, fairly, and not being scammed. That is why you have to adhere to the Federal Trade Commission law. Right. Now I have something absolutely incredible to share with you, right? Now, I've spoken about this before, and a lot of people always say to me, oh, it's just buying and selling a program. No, it's not. Okay. Right now, my brand has just partnered with an absolutely incredible company, Shidila Lodge. Now, Shidila Lodge is not just a wedding venue. They are an events venue for any event type that you could possibly think or dream of. I was at the premises yesterday. I've got to tell you, it is absolutely exquisite. You see, now Shidila is one of those gems that's been hidden by Google. Okay? Because she wasn't running, or let me say, her online space or her online business that she was advertising the company was not being run in the correct manner. And because it wasn't run in the correct manner, she wasn't gaining momentum with the algorithm. Because she wasn't gaining momentum with the algorithm, Google is driving traffic away from her and not towards her. So I'm proud to say that the Grand Digital brand has now partnered with Shidila Lodge. And I will be now uplifting her entire portfolio for her business. Her Facebook, her Instagram, her TikTok, her YouTube. I will be handling all of her her client rapport. I will be handling all of her creation. I will be handling everything. My brand has now become an ambassador to her brand. We have partnered and joined hands. So I'm uplifting hers, she's uplifting me. And while that's going on, I just raised another income stream for my business because of that partnership. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got a gorgeous cat. I love that cat. Thank you, Linus. That is the epitome of what digital marketing is. Taking your brand and joining it with other brands out there and building more income streams for your company. For me personally, this is now great for my business because not only am I able to take another company and help them, because that's my drive and motivation in life, right? That's what I love to do, is to help, right? But it has also just raised my revenue. It has also just raised my profit margins. And it has helped my business grow even further. And that would not have been possible if I had not bought my first digital marketing program and learned the skills. And now my program, which costs $50 once off, you never have to pay for it again, can do the same for you. So guys, digital marketing is about sharing a story. You need to share your stories, right? And what you offer online. You have to tell people that you are selling something out there to make money. How else would they know? How else would they know about you if you didn't brand, if you didn't be consistent in your movements? And when I say consistent, I mean my videos are out there Monday through to Sunday, 10:30, 12, 5, 10:30, 12, 5, every single day. Because if you're not going to be consistent, your clients are not going to think you're serious. Islan, do you post on Instagram? Yes, I do. I do. Drop me a comment in my DM and then I'll send you my Instagram details. I post on Instagram. I've just started my YouTube channel last week and I post on TikTok. TikTok is where I host myself mainly because this is my first runner. Instagram I started like a 2 weeks ago, no, a week and a half ago. And YouTube I started a week ago. So those two I'm now building because I feel that I am now strong enough to be able to handle more. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why I also teach in my program that when people start this industry, thank you for the rose. When people start this industry, you start with one. You take one platform that you love, and that's the one that you hoist. And only once you feel comfortable, confident, strong enough to be able to go to the next, that's when you race the next. Don't try and do all of them simultaneously. You will go into burnout. All right. So, don't forget to check that link in my bio if you're ready to take digital marketing skills to the next level and become outstanding with me. And maybe look at Shidila Lodge online as well. It truly is a beautiful, beautiful lodge. So if you're looking for a wedding venue, a baby shower venue, birthday parties, matric farewells, you name it, Shidila has the space and accommodation for you. So thank you again for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. Do join me again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. South African Standard Time. If you would like to come and listen in again or ask any more questions. If you found it helpful, please go to that link in my bio, www.branddigitalbrand.com, and enter your email address so that you can be part of my automated emails, where you will be joined to my web page, where you can then go through it at your own leisure and pace. And should you have any questions, you can directly email me, and I will answer all your questions. 2 cats, Lioness. You sent me another. Oh, thank you. I got another cat. Thank you. Thank you, Lioness. So that is my life for tonight, guys. And I really hope to see you again. If you're not following me, please do follow me and share my videos out to the world, because I really am on a mission to end poverty and unemployment in this world. Thank you for joining me. Stay blessed. Stay safe. See you tomorrow. Bye.